Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. All right, NASCAR today announced the 2022 schedule. So I want to kind of go over some highlights of the 2022 schedule and then what I think they could do going beyond the 2022 schedule. So as we were announced yesterday and the full schedule got announced today, we have our Busch Clash, which is kind of the pole winners. It's been kicking off the NASCAR season since 1979 in Daytona. We are moving that race to the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. They're going to pave a quarter-mile track inside the stadium for this race. I was a little at first kind of like, are you serious? This is kind of weird. But more I thought about it and looking at the date, it's February 6th. Which is 1 week before the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium. So it started making sense. The LA Coliseum has been around, 100 years almost? It's been around a long time. Obviously, the SoFi Stadium kind of replaced it for the home of the Los Angeles Rams, which the Coliseum is still home of the USC Trojans, but it's kind of like a secondary stadium in LA. This kind of makes it to the forefront. Hey, it's a racetrack and a football stadium? That's different. So for that week leading up to the Super Bowl, we have NASCAR in LA at the Coliseum. I think it'll be interesting. I kind of want to see what the next-gen car does on that quarter-mile track. Hopefully, if it works well, it can be something that keeps doing it, or it's something that where they can go to other tracks like that, quarter-mile, third-mile tracks. And then, of course, we kick the regular season off at Daytona February 20th. We go to Auto Club Speedway the last time on the 2-mile. As soon as that race is over, they'll be tearing it up and building a half-mile track inside that track. So that ought to be fun for next year, 2023 season. Then we go Vegas, Phoenix, Atlanta, back to Dakota, Circuits of the Americas, which is great. Hopefully it's not raining in March. Richmond, Martinsville, Bristol, Talladega, Dover, just the usual. The All-Star race is at Texas, which they did last year. I think the All-Star race, each year they should pick a different track, move it around, maybe in like a Michigan or Richmond, maybe even a dirt track. Just kind of change it up a little bit, freshen it up. It was at Charlotte for so many years. It was Atlanta to begin with. It's always been on the mile and a half. I think during 2020, or 2020, it was, no, 2019, one of the years it was at Bristol. So everything runs together anymore. So this 2020 was at Bristol because of the pandemic. And then 2021, it's at Texas, and then next year it's at Texas. Then we'll go to the Indianapolis Road Course. They did add Worldwide Technology Raceway there in St. Louis, Madison, Illinois, right outside of St. Louis. They've had the Truck Series and Xfinity Series there for a while. So that's kind of a really neat track. It's a 1.6-mile track. Puts on some good racing for the Truck Series and the IndyCar Series, so it's kind of neat to see Cup Series go there finally. And then Pocono, Indy Road Course, so nothing really changes. We end the regular season at Daytona, which is what we've been doing, which made for I thought it was one of the best Daytona races this year. And then we start the playoffs at Darlington, which I love. I love going to Darlington on Labor Day weekend, and hey, why not start the playoffs with that? We got Kansas and then Bristol's cutoff race. And then we have Texas, Talladega, and the Roval, which would be a fun round of 12. I'm really looking forward to the round of 8 because we got Las Vegas, Homestead, and then Martinsville. Then we ended at Phoenix. With going to the Coliseum, going to Worldwide Technology Raceway, we took away a race at Dover and at Pocono. Took away Pocono to add Worldwide Technology. We took Dover away a couple of years ago. I think it's a good mix of tracks. If you look at kind of break it down by thirds or by quarters, the first quarter of the season you have really a mix. You got Daytona, Auto Club. You only have 2.5 miles, Vegas and Atlanta. That second quarter, which starts at Talladega, ends at Road America. You have Darlington, Kansas, Charlotte, Worldwide Technology, and you go to Sonoma and you come back to Nashville. You got what? Out of those 9 races, 6.5 miles. So anybody that's got their 1.5 mile program just a clicking at that point, that's where the Hendricks and those kind of teams are going to get some wins. Now, one thing I've always wanted them to I've kind of always been that fan who I like tradition because we've always done it. Let's keep doing it. But then I also like, let's change it up some. I want the Daytona to start. Daytona 500 has to start the season. The Coke 600 on Memorial Day. The Southern 500 on Labor Day. Those traditions we need to keep. But we also need to change it up. We're doing the Coliseum, which that'll be real tricky. We've got the next gen car coming, which is going to be more. We got the charters. We got the stage racing, which is just, I think that changes night and day different for NASCAR. Now let's look at kind of how can we change it up even more schedule-wise to make it really interesting. In 2020, we done some double headers. We did Pocono. We did it in 2021 as well. We did a couple other ones to kind of get races in during the pandemic. I kind of liked that. I thought that was kind of a neat idea. So I came up with, instead of going to, we have 8 tracks we go to twice. Daytona, both times on the Speedway, Las Vegas, Atlanta, Phoenix, Richmond, Martinsville, Kansas, and Darlington. Why are we going to those same tracks when we could add other tracks, other parts of the country, get different fans involved? So now instead of having 2 races at, say, Darlington, we have one Labor Day weekend. It's a destination race now. Same way with Richmond, Martinsville, where they're only in town once, you have to go. But let's explore some other markets. Nashville. We go to Nashville Speedway, which is great. What we could do, and I don't see why it's not possible, let's have a Nashville doubleheader. Saturday night at the fairgrounds. Let's bring back Nashville Fairgrounds. Let's put the Cup Series on a Saturday night under the lights of the fairgrounds. Sunday afternoon, let's do the Speedway. Spend the weekend in Nashville, 2 races. Go to Indy. Let's do the road course and the oval. We can do that in a weekend. One race on Saturday, one race on Sunday. What I think would be neat for Indy is do it the weekend before Memorial Day. So you could do the Indy double. So Memorial Day is on the 31st, the last Monday. And so normally May 30th, so what's 2021, was the Coke 600 and the Indy 500. On the 22nd and 23rd of May, do the Indy double. So then fans come in for the double, they stay for the 500, they're in Indy for a week, it boosts the economy and everything. We get 2 great races out of it. My next idea of a double, Iowa Speedway. Iowa, it's a lot like Richmond. To me, at least, kind of watching the races, it reminds me a lot of Richmond. Let's do an Iowa. Short track is 0.8 of a mile. Knoxville. Let's put the Cup cars at Knoxville. Do an Iowa double. Go to Knoxville on Saturday night and Sunday go to Iowa, 30 minutes apart. So it'd be an easy double to do. Let's add a Chicago and a Kentucky back on. Yes, they're 1.5 miles, but those fan bases, now you've got destination races in those areas. Portland Raceway. So it's a kind of road course, is 1.95 miles. We have nothing in that area of Portland. Why not put a Cup race up there? It'd be intriguing. It's kind of like a Watkins Glen type of track, it looks like. Maybe go back to the Milwaukee Mile. There's an option, a 1 mile track. In tracks that you would go to twice, we like Daytona. You do the oval for the 500, then you do the road course instead of the fall race. I know people are freaking out about that. I don't think you need 2 Daytona Super Speedway races and 2 Talladega Super Speedway races. Charlotte, you already do it. You already go to Charlotte twice. You get the 600 and you get the Roval. Bristol, you're doing it twice, but you get the dirt and then you get the asphalt, other concrete. I just think those are some ideas of a way to take the current schedule with the new next-gen car, throw it up in the blender, and come up with something cool. And my idea would be the 38-week season, which like next year, February 20th through November 7th. You race 35 weekends. You have 3 doubleheaders. You have 3 weekends off. You get the 1 weekend right around sometime in May, June, and then in August you take the 2-week break like we did for the Olympics. I think that is the greatest thing. Because if you notice all of our social media, all these drivers and crew members and everybody on vacation, you get a vacation in with your kids before they go back to school. Can you think about the Kyle Busch, for example? Braxton races, Kyle races, so they're running back for the tracks all the time. That gives them a chance to kind of take a vacation as a family. You add some new venues like a Nashville Fairgrounds, Indy, back to Indy, Iowa, Knoxville, maybe Chicago, Portland. Now you're getting new fans and new areas that you're not normally used to going to. But another idea I had was, instead of doing the 36 races, still race 35 weeks, do 5 doubleheaders, and have 40 races. I mean, there's enough tracks throughout the United States where you could spread it around, and everybody could, you could see the fan base can be spread out, kind of more bigger area. You figure NASCAR was created in the southeast, southeast. Let's spread it up to the northeast, or northwest, because northwest has nothing right now. Once you go north of Sonoma, you don't have anything. Portland's got tracks. Let's go up there. Let's include the entire nation. Iowa has 2 great tracks, Knoxville and Iowa. Let's go to there. All right, that's going to wrap up the 2022 schedule preview, along with 2022 and beyond. My thoughts, how to kind of play the schedule, change it a little bit, add some new venues, have some fun with it. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Make sure this fall you stay tuned to Robert Sports Show. We have the 100-day countdown until Daytona 500. We have a champion profile series coming. All the champions in the Cup Series, Truck Series, Xfinity Series. So that 100-day countdown to Daytona, there's going to be, if everything works the way it should for me, fingers crossed, 2 videos a day for 100 days on NASCAR, right here on Robert Sports Show, leading up to the 2022 Daytona 500 and the 74th NASCAR season, the first season with the next-gen car. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.